It's up to you, New York, New York.
Good morning. Happy Friday. It's the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast here on Facebook and YouTube. And when I emphasize the word morning, not necessarily AM for many, but as I approach my less fun job, let's just say that these hours have been a little stretched. So it's my morning. Yankees opening day today, folks. Always an exciting buzz around the iconic Yankee Stadium. And something that generationally has always been really cool. I myself have been to my fair share of opening days. My late father took me to many opening days. My first particular one, 1991, I recall rain. Lots of rain, lots of cold. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but a lot of excitement. And there is a lot to be excited about with this Yankees team right now, as they sport a 5-1 record coming into Yankee Stadium, hosting, in my opinion, a bit of a surprise team in the Miami Marlins. Now, contributor of the show, Mike Zappi, spoke to him off air yesterday, brought to my attention that since the middle of June, the Marlins actually do sport the best regular season record in Major League Baseball. So perhaps the 5-1 start should not shock that many people. Got a comment coming in. Daniel Nunez. What's going on, brother? Chilling, man. On the infamous Florida Turnpike and chopping it up. It appears that the comments are not coming through. Here we go. Yeah, Nunez, I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Looking forward to seeing how the Yankees respond at home. I know sometimes teams feel a little more comfortable on the road. I also think that in baseball, home field advantage is a little overblown, at least in the regular season. Not so much in the playoffs, but I believe in the regular season, venue is a little overblown. Because in the Yankees' case, where you have a media market and a fan base that, let's be real, can be impatient, harsh, etc., I do from time to time believe that it could be a little easier when you're on the road. You kind of block out the noise of anything that could be deemed negative or distracting. And at least in the Aaron Boone era, I feel that the Yankees have done a pretty good job of that, as they've been, across the board, a pretty good road team in most regular seasons. And of course, there's different dimensions, there's different dynamics when you play on the road versus when you play in Yankee Stadium. For instance, if you're a right-handed pitcher, you try to the best of your ability to keep the ball out of the air on pull hitters because, as we all know, Yankee Stadium's corners are not very deep. I think your Los Angeles Dodgers off to a good start for the most part. You know, everything gets overblown in the beginning of the season, but it goes without saying that your Dodgers are the favorites. I must admit that the start I'm seeing from the Yankees is something to be encouraged about. They are the only team in Major League Baseball that actually has a single-digit runs given up, and it's substantially different from the rest of baseball, which speaks volumes on how good the pitching's been. And similar to like how defense wins championships in football, pitching wins championships in baseball. The best of the best, the greatest hitters achieve at 30 to 36%, somewhere in that percentile. At least this is the creme de la creme of hitting. So, pitching wins. I'm going to get into these comments from Mr. Nunez. Oh, shit, bro. Congratulations. That's just coming in. Very cool. How many months out, Nunez? Congratulations to you and your family. That's cool. But yeah, Marlins, the thing that's interesting about these guys is that they have a young roster, and a roster that has the ability to possibly cultivate into something good. Now, of course, the Marlins have never necessarily had a problem of having a good nucleus. Their problem has been keeping a team together. As former Yankees captains, both Don Mattingly and Derek Jeter, eventually got out of the Marlins organization in large part to their frustration with the way that they didn't feel that winning and big window success was being valued. But this young Marlins team, I like their roster. I like the construction of it. I would say in the early going, two big disappointments in baseball. And once again, this is only on a short sample size. But I got to say the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets, both underachieving in a big way. I'm not mind blown about the Phillies' issues, because coming into the season, when I saw that they were kind of running it back, and when I saw that they were unable to sign Bo Bichette, the Mets kind of came in at the 11th hour and stole him. I think it really hurt their prospects. And then when you consider the Bryce Harper, Dave Dombrowski beat, it's legitimate. It really is. They're an aging team. As far as the Mets go, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not enjoying this when I consider that the Yankees held the Giants to 1 run in 3 games, and the Giants achieved that in 1 inning against the Mets yesterday. And of course, on the banter side, one of my enjoyable things about messing with Met fans is, how can the Giants be out of the New York area for 69 years? 69 years. And still have 3 more championships in the state of New York than the New York Mets. They've been around San Francisco for quite some time. Of course, Bruce Bochy bringing credibility over there as they won 3 in the odd-numbered years. But baseball definitely off to an interesting start. No big shock with me that Aaron Judge is off to a slow start. He is a notorious slow starter, so can't say that I'm surprised with that. But definitely an exciting time. Definitely an exciting time for Major League Baseball. Going to turn my attention over. New York Knicks hosting the Chicago Bulls today. I'll be honest, man. I'm just so frustrated. It's not a secret. I've been kind of on this for a while now, that the New York Knicks just have to figure out a way to get it together for these playoffs that are around the corner. Atlantic Division title, super long shot. Celtics are going to be in that 2 spot. The Knicks just have to do their best to hold on to number 3 and then lock in. You get home court advantage for at least 1 series, unless if one of the 2 seeded teams ahead of you do something, which would be lose. Miami Heat have had a propensity for being one of those lower seeded teams in recent years that are not afraid to get in the playoffs and give anybody the business. But the Knicks should handle business. I looked at the Hard Rock line today, and that the Knicks are favored by that much, because the Knicks have not been playing good defense lately. But we shall see. Your Los Angeles Lakers, Nunez, are you worried about Luka Doncic? That did not look good last night. I, of course, did not see the game. I was very busy yesterday, but Zappy did send me the video, and I gotta say, man, with that being your best player, the Lakers go as far as Luka could take them, and if Luka's hurt, that is a problem. It puts LeBron James in an interesting position where he has really deferred and kind of embraced, the third option, so to speak, more of a role player for this Lakers team. I do believe that it's better suited for the bigger success of the team. That's what it's about. What's best for the team. But yeah, without Luka, the prospects are bleak. So curious to see what you think about that. Got a comment coming in. Yeah, for sure. I mean, peaks and valleys in the season. I think you and I both have similar concerns about our teams for different reasons. Lakers are in trouble. Damn, bro, that is not good. And I'm not trying to be an ass, but I think that could legitimately be a first-round exit. That is a massive loss if that holds up to the worst part of the 4 to 6 weeks. I wish Luka the best. One of the most dynamic scorers in any and all eras of the NBA. Guy just makes some real circus shots. Guy's a competitor. Guy's fun to watch. And, regardless of team affiliation, I don't want the stars to be injured. I want to see these guys ball out. But I definitely think it changes the trajectory for where the Lakers could finish out. Been doing a ton of mock drafts. We're going to move it over to the NFL. I have said this on the show recently. I'll say it again. If the New York Football Giants cannot get their hands on either Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles, to the two best linebackers in this draft class, which way would you go next if you're the New York Giants brass? Do you go potential generational running back? I feel like we did that before. In Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, pair him with Cam Scatabo, something that could be like the East Coast version of Sonic and Knuckles? Or do you go defense? Do you go corner? Do you go safety? Do you go Caleb Downs, Mansour Delane, player of that breadth? Definitely worth considering trading back if you can't get one of your top two targets, because I think on most people's draft boards, one would think that the Giants are in the market for either Reese or Sonny Styles. But, the Tennessee Titans now have a defensive-minded coach in Robert Saleh. So perhaps he would like to draft Sonny Styles. A lot of possibilities. Nunez, non-sports related. How bad is the gas in Cali? It's up to like 4.25 or worse here in Florida. Just curious how terrible it is in Cali. I imagine New York and Cali got to be the worst in the country. What else is on the brain? Yeah, I hope so, Nunez. I really do. And you know what's wild? He will be the first linebacker drafted by the New York Giants since Carl Banks way back in 1984. Of course, Carl Banks, one of the unsung heroes of the Giants, 2 Super Bowls in 86 and 90, did get a little bit overshadowed by, obviously, Lawrence Taylor, Harry Carson. But Carl Banks was a phenomenal New York Giant. And Carl Banks is also a guy that believes we should bring back Odell Beckham Jr. We shall see. Yes, sir. I can't wait. Going to be doing mock draft shows here very soon. Nunez, did you see the Oscar De La Hoya video calling out Floyd Mayweather? Because it looks like the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight might break down and not happen. I can't really say I'm surprised. I'm not the biggest Oscar fan these days, but I will say that I'm pretty entertained by it. What's up, I mean? How are you, brother? Yeah, Nunez, I'm pretty entertained by De La Hoya's video calling out Floyd, essentially saying, do it for the fans, And Oscar even admitted Pacquiao beat his ass when they fought, but Oscar had the heart to get in there. And, everyone that recalls the fight knows that Manny Pacquiao was not 100% when he and Floyd fought the first time, which I think was a real turnoff to a lot of fight fans. But I, for one, am disappointed because while they might not be the fighters they were years ago, it would still be pretty cool to see two legends get it on. And, without the Jake Paul effect, one would think that, they're both pros, it would be legit. But, Floyd Mayweather, over the years, has never truly done it for the fight fans, so to speak. He's done it for his pockets. He's done it for himself. But Oscar did bring to the attention that Floyd's father and uncle both felt that Oscar did win that fight. Of course, it's been a debate amongst people. I'll be honest, I thought it was close, but I think that Floyd won the fight. Furthest thing from a Floyd fan, I try to be fair. But, it's unfortunate, Just get in the ring, man, or just cut the bullshit and stop talking about it. What else? Charlotte Hornets. Want to hit on them real quick? I think they are a candidate to end somebody's season prematurely. The Hornets, I like what they're building over there. It's been a long time since I've felt that way about that organization. I'm super amped and super hyped for the people in Seattle that it looks like they're going to be getting back to Supersonics. It's hard to believe that they ever lost that team because they've always had great fans, great following. So it looks like Vegas and Seattle are going to be the two expansion teams for the NBA. That brings a lot of excitement moving forward. And there's even been rumblings that maybe Kevin Durant will finish his career where it started because he had that one season in Seattle. So definitely interesting to see how that plays. Ahead of the NBA playoffs, my prediction for the Western Conference Finals, I've got the Oklahoma City Thunder losing to the San Antonio Spurs. I think the Spurs match up right with the Thunder. I think they're going to end their championship reign. And in the East, as much as it pains me to say this, I think the Boston Celtics are coming out of the East. Who their opponent will be, I'm not quite sure. But it ain't going to be the Knicks because they'll probably play in round two. And personally, I think the Celtics, if the Knicks are fortunate enough to get to round two, are going to beat the Knicks and get some revenge for last year. That's just me being humble and honest. I love my Knicks, but I'm not happy with the way that things are playing out. If you haven't already, please make it a point, like and subscribe to the channel, the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast on YouTube. Check out Old Man Energy, Volume 1, Volume 2, from my man, Idris Salam, a.k.a. Bosco from the Bronx. Check out Big Bosco Productions. That's where you can find it on any and all streaming platforms. Check out the Casual Convo Show every Wednesday night from 8 to 10. And also check out our friends from the Sports Corner, Mr. Johnny Nast and Mr. Joe Gallagher. I am Richie. Have a great Friday. Hopefully everyone enjoys their weekend. And announcements to come for our next show. More than likely getting some mock drafts going on the shows. I'm going to have a big mock draft show ahead of the big day. Of course, day one, bringing so much excitement, a lot of lives changing, a lot of people's dreams coming true. And it's always exciting to see because the NFL does such a great job of highlighting these young men that are going to be coming into the league and hopefully being stars in the league. So lots to look forward to. I'm out for now. Peace.